And this one is good. It was sent by Nidia Dolores Uribe. And if you were judged in a trial by combat, who would be your champion?
Well, does it have to be someone from Game of Thrones? Because, you know, if it doesn't have to be someone from Game of Thrones, I might pick one of my wildcard characters, like Lohengrin, my wildcard German knight who can conjure up a suit of absolutely invincible ghost steel armor and a ghost steel sword that can cut through anything by an act of will. That's his superpower. So he would make mincemeat of any one of the seven kingdoms. Even Valerian steel can't stand up to Lohengrin's ghost steel.
Okay.
But if it had to be someone from the seven kingdoms, boy, that's a tough one. And also the question, are they alive or dead? I mean, can I pick... If I could pick Sir Arthur Dane, the Sword of the Morning, he's a pretty formidable warrior, but he's dead before the books begin. Jaime would be a good choice, but only if he has both hands. Two hands. Brienne.
Yeah.
Brienne of Tarth.
Love that one. So the next one. Did Robert ever suspect Joffrey, Myrcella, and Tommen were not his?
No, Robert was not a real intellectual giant. He had many grievances against Cersei, but that never would have dawned on him. I think partly because if he ever had known, he would have killed everybody, and he never would have dreamed that anyone would be so stupid enough to risk his wrath, and his wrath could be considerable.
Okay. Oh, this one is lots of fun. This was sent by Benigna Angelica Cárdenas Hernández. And the question is, what did Podrick Payne do so the prostitutes didn't charge him?
All right. Give me that one again.
Yeah, so what did Podrick Payne do so the prostitutes did not charge him?
Guys, you know, I write these books, and there's this TV show that's done by David Benioff and Dan Weiss, and some of you may have seen it. Sometimes they put things in the TV show that are not in the books. So you're going to have to ask them what Podrick Payne did, because that scene is not in the books. And I know nothing.
Okay. This one was sent by Alex Ojeda. How would you describe the relationship between Brienne and Jaime?
I don't know. How would you describe it? I mean, that's an interesting question. It's evolving. I mean, it began as very antagonistic, but they're getting to know each other. My microphone is falling apart here. Can I still be heard? I hope so. Yes, here it is.
Can you still hear us?
I'll put the little rubbery thing back here.
So I guess you can keep talking.
So you'll have to continue to read the books to see where that ends up.
Okay. He's a very, very, very big fan of your books. Jorge Ochoa Guajardo writes, the chapter The Forsaken is clearly the darkest narrative in all the series. How long did you wait to reveal all this mystic horror Lovecraftian part of the story? In consequence, we are all rising the Greyjoy banners.
Yeah, that is a dark chapter. But there are a lot of dark chapters right now in the book that I'm writing. You know, it is called The Winds of Winter. And I've been telling you for 20 years that winter was coming. And winter is the time when things die and, cold and ice and darkness fills the world. So this is not going to be the happy feel-good book that people may be hoping for. And some of the characters are in very dark places. Of course, that's what you want to do. I mean, I'm not writing a series in the traditional sense. I'm writing one really long novel with multiple points of view. And in any story, the classic structure is things get worse before they get better. So things are getting worse for a lot of people.